Yeah, what up, folks? So we got a 2014 Hyundai Tucson. This got a 2-liter petrol engine. Right, customer complaint is that the vehicle feels like it's holding back and losing power ever so often. So let's see if we can figure it out. Alright, so customer complaint is that since they got the vehicle back from being serviced, right, it's been feeling like it's holding back, right? I believe they cleaned the throttle, they changed the spark plugs, they cleaned the injectors, they changed the cabin filter, the air filter, right? And the vehicle definitely feel like it's holding back, right? So I did take the vehicle on a drive with the customer, and we did experience where, you know, when you're trying to accelerate, you feel like a flat spot, right? You step on the X and it's not going, but if you take your foot off and then, you know, release it and then step back on the X, you feel that, you know, the vehicle responds, but it's not cutting out or anything like that, or the idle is not jumping up and down. It's just have a flat spot, right? So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to scan the vehicle, right? I'm not going to do it on camera. If I get anything, cool. If not, I'll just move it to the next step, and I'm probably just, you know, see what was touched, right? As I said, they mentioned that the spark plugs was changed and they cleaned the injectors. I'm not sure exactly what went on there, right? So let's go on the hood after we scan the vehicle and see what's going on. Alright, so I scanned the vehicle for any kind of codes and look for any misfires. I wasn't seeing anything, but I did notice that the exhaust was sounding like it had a, you know, a misfire or rough idle, right? So let me start the vehicle again, and so you can hear what I heard. So let's start it right up. So let's see if we can step on the X and see if it could, you know, you hear that? It sounds like it's breaking up. I'm going to try it again. So let's go back by the muffler. So it definitely sounds like it's breaking up. You're not getting a free flow, you dig? So let me step on it again and see if we could get to make that sound again. Okay, so definitely hearing the vehicle sounding, you know, a little rough, and is sound like it's breaking up. It had a cover on there. I just removed it so I could get access to it. Just, you know, taking a look and see, you know, if anything was unplugged, right? They did service the map sensor and all that good stuff. So we're going to check the coils and the plug. I'm just going to check the secondary coil to see what it looks like. So let me get my equipment set up. Okay guys, so I got my E-cup on number 1 ignition coil. I also got my pulse sensor in the exhaust, right? So let's start the scope and see exactly what's going on when we start the vehicle up, right? We're going to look for any kind of misfires using pulse sensor and the ignition coil, right? Okay, so we probably could just, you know, step on the X and see how it looks. Okay. Alright, so let's stop that and just take a look at the capture and see if we can see anything that's out the norm, right? So with this scope, I can zoom out, right? I could also do a zoom window, right? I want to see this one first, right? Let's see what's going on with the coil. Right, so the red trace is the exhaust pulses, right? And the yellow trace is the, what you call it, is ignition number 1. Okay, so let's see if we can move this one down a little bit. Matter of fact, let's put it like this. Let's separate it, right? So let's move this. So let's do a zoom window now. So anytime you see this strike right here, that's number one. And wow, this doesn't look good. This look like my coil is either upside down, or is it, matter of fact, let's do this capture over. I'm gonna invert this waveform, right? So let's try that again. I'm gonna invert this. So we're gonna start this over and see what's good. Okay, so we're gonna stop this and let's take a look at it. Well, it looks like the coil is having a hard time, you know, delivering, man. It look like it's actually breaking up. Okay, so it doesn't look too good for this what you call it, this ignition. You dig? It looked like it's breaking up. Alright, so let me save this, and I'll probably just pull a plug and look at it and see what's going on, right? So let's take a look at it. Alright, so we got the plugs that came out, right? Looking for any kind of, like, if it's different. What I'm seeing here, you're seeing the writing more plain on this one compared to this one. Okay, so as you saw, right, we definitely have some fake plugs installed on this vehicle. The gap was like 30. I mean, I'm gonna check the gap on this one right now. It's saying it's 31. So I'm not sure if these guys gap the plugs on their own, but the gap is supposed to be, according to the manufacturer's specs, it's supposed to be around 44. Right? I mean 41, I could take 41, but this is 41 right here, and this is the OEM, right? And as I said, man, you can see the difference, man. The writing, everything is much darker. Let me see if I could get you closer, right? So it's much darker, the writing. Oh man, let me see if I could get you closer here. It's kind of hard, right? You can see the one to the right is the original, and the one to the left is the fake plug, right? So the writing is different, right? You actually can see all the writing in print on this one compared to this one. It's like it's faintish. They look. This one is saying it's made in Korea. This one has nothing on it. So I believe this is fake plugs that's causing, you know, this vehicle to act up. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to just swap all of them out, and yep, I know I'm going to hear it in the comments about, you know, what you should have done differently and all that good stuff. But as I said, man, the fake plugs is on the market, so what you can do is make sure get OEM plugs to kind of, you know, no comebacks. So that, as I said, man, let me swap these out and redo my test. Okay guys, so we're gonna redo the same test to see exactly what's going on with these spark plugs. These are original spark plugs that was installed on this vehicle, right? So as I said, man, let me just start up the scope again and see how the capture looks. Okay, so I'm going to accelerate. Okay, so so let's stop the scope and let's take a look at the what you call it, how the plugs look.
1 hour later.
Okay, so here the vehicle is running, right? It's running real smooth. It's not shaking up and idling like it was before, right? You saw how my ignition coil looking also on the waveform, right? I also clean the map, and I also clean the fuel filter that's in the tank too, right? So as I said, we plan to have no comebacks with this vehicle. The vehicle is running real good. Right? I just took it for a spin, and that should be it, right? So we're gonna sum that up as fake plugs, right? So you gotta be careful the way you buy the plugs, and who, and if you're a garage, you gotta be careful, you know, who you get the plugs from, right? So until next time, y'all take it easy, stay up, peace.